The first thing we want to do is enter the function into the calculator. So you press y equals, and we have 1 plus x to the power of 1 over x. And we can look at the graph of that if we want just by pressing graph. So the easiest way to see what the function is doing while we approach 0 is to click second and, well, actually not yet. Let's look at the table. So if you press second and graph, you can look at the table. You can see the input values and the output values, but we need to adjust these input values so we can see what's happening. We want these input values to be very close to 0. Right now the increment in this table is going by 1, but you can change this. So if you press second, and then the second option on window is this thing called table set, so we can adjust the table. So table start by default is 0. So let's leave that because that's kind of where we want to see what's happening with the function at the value of 0, the x value of 0. This delta table means the increment that the x value is going to change in the table. So this is what we want to change right here. So if we want to see what's happening while the function is approaching 0, we want to change this increment to something that's very, very close to 0. So you could do like 0.01, and then you can go back to the table, and you can scroll up and down to see. But to be more precise, we want something that's very, very close to 0. So we can get even closer to 0 by adding zeros to the right of the decimal point. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to the table, set, and once you start adjusting the table and then you scroll up and down, this table starts going to change. So always set that back to that limiting value that you want to know. So change that back to 0. And then we want to change this delta table, or the change in the x value. So I like to just start out with something super close to the number I'm looking for. So I'll just put like 5 of these in here. That's very close to 0. That's practically 0. So this should pretty much give us our answer. So if we go back to the table and then we scroll up, we see that we're getting to the exact same number to the left and to the right of 0. And we want it 5 decimal places, so all you have to do is just scroll over and then it'll put the number down here. So if you wanted to see, it's pretty much the same to 5 decimal places to the left and to the right. 2.71828.